Okay, I just gotta say this and I don't have time, imagine that, to type it. And by the way, I have some notes over here. I wasn't able to submit them 5 days in advance, and I also wasn't able to submit my curriculum for this a year in advance, so sorry about that. For those of you that haven't heard, the Utah State Legislature is considering a bill that would require teachers to submit their entire coursework and plans before the school year starts, and any changes to what is written down would need to be approved in advance. Yeah, if you can't see a problem with this, you are the problem with this. um, you know, there's a lot going on in the teaching world, and teachers are overworked, overwhelmed, leaving at record-breaking numbers. So you know what? I think what would be best is to, put more work on their plates that has absolutely nothing to do with benefiting their students. Yeah. Oh, you thought that was benefiting the students to have all this curriculum? Yeah. Every high school student I have is definitely going to be studying the curriculum before they step into my classroom, so they know exactly what's to be expected. Yeah, no, it's not for the students. You thought politicians were making choices that were best for the school system? Yeah, that's cute. um, maybe some of you have had a crappy teacher in the past, and you're like, well, that might be helpful. Yeah, well, it's kind of weird. I've had some not so great teachers too, but it's really strange because every contractor, cashier, accountant, lawyer, nurse, doctor, dietitian, police officer, stay-at-home parent, burger flipper, contractor, secretary, every single one of them that I've worked with has been absolutely perfectly helpful, 100% reliable, timely, mature, considerate, and professional. So I don't know, teaching just got some bad eggs, I guess, because everybody else in every other workforce is absolutely perfect. Yeah. Oh, and what's that? Oh, yeah. You thought teachers were lazy. We get 3 months off in the summer, so what else would we be doing besides recovering mentally and emotionally from the trauma of being in a classroom? Oh, excuse me. I mean, except for planning curriculum for overreaching parents to be able to see. Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with being lazy. It has everything to do with wanting my work to benefit kids. That's why I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher to teach kids. I'm not a teacher to appease politicians or overreaching parents. Oh, and you thought it might be helpful to parents. Well, it's not really what parents want. It's what 5 parents at every school want, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs to get it. And maybe if they spend a little less time scrolling through their social media feeds and their news sources that are, informing them of the nefarious works of the schools brainwashing their children. And a little more time, I don't know, maybe they could talk to their kids, see what's going on at school. Might be interesting to know from, their own family's perspective what's actually happening inside their school. And, they might learn a thing or two. Like the fact that at any time, they are more than welcome to come to the office and get an officer's visitor's badge and sit in on my classroom. I'm happy to have any parent anytime sit in on my classroom. I don't care. But now that I think about it, that may be hard to squeeze in between their nail appointment and Pilates class. So in that case, if they could switch out of their Instagram scrolling window for just a moment, they could check their child's Canvas page from their phone and from the wonderful comfort of their chair and see everything that I teach online. And if you're asking, well, your curriculum's already online. What's online? What's the big deal? Number one, my curriculum is online after 3 years of work to get it there. Yes, I'm a young teacher. I have not been here for that long, but it's taken the entire time that I'm on there to update, refine, and get my Canvas curriculum to be looking how it should be. And it's still not perfect. Everything that I teach is essentially there, but I've got a long ways to go in organizing it. So submitting that at the beginning of each year would be a gigantic hassle. And in case you are concerned about anyone wanting to enter the teaching field, this is just the barrier you need to make sure they go somewhere else. Yeah, and the biggest thing is that this is a gigantic and, to be honest, unprecedented breach of trust into a professional sector. Now, you can argue anything you want. It's a gigantic overreach into a professional sector. And teaching is unique. I'm not going to act like it's not. We are involved with other people's children. So that does hold a very certain amount of weight. However, I attended college. I have a 4-year bachelor's degree, and I'm currently working on a master's degree, which by no means makes me an expert, but it does make me a professional. I have a degree. I studied these things. I am a qualified professional. Am I perfect? No. Am I the best teacher in the entire world? No. But I am a professional. And to have this kind of babysitting expected and demanded of working professionals is absolutely not appropriate. Secondly, they're requiring approved changes in advance to anything that might deviate from the previously approved curriculum submitted at the beginning of the year, which, in case you think I'm doing nefarious things like teaching social and emotional skills instead of fashion design, I'm not. But sometimes inspiration strikes me at 3 a.m. the day before a lesson, and I think, there is a much better way to teach this lesson, and I'm going to do it tomorrow. And some of my very best work comes from things like that. So yeah, if you want to squelch creativity, if you want to drive every teacher that's in the field out of it, if you want to scare everyone that's considering the field away from it, then by all means, pass this bill. Let's see what happens.